we have a million and one excuses that we could go to. Fact of the matter is, we're not going to make any.
How much harder will you work?
I'll push myself to exhaustion.
All right, what's going on? What's going on, YouTube? Your boy Ant here, bro. And today I have a very, very special video. I don't want to, you feel me? I don't want to get my channel all confused of like what I'm doing as far as like reviewing sneakers or whatever. I got multiple things on my channel, which I might end up deleting. You feel me? I just like to do a lot of things. You feel me? I have a workout videos where I was playing Call of Duty Warzone, etc. So I don't want to confuse like my new subscribers, old subscribers, whatever, to like what I'm doing. But like I really just like to do multiple things. Like I have like 4 different Instagram accounts. I just like to do multiple things. You feel me? I like to work out. I like to buy sneakers and sell sneakers. I like to talk about sports. I like to play the game. So that's just me. You feel me? This video, bro, I just wanted to, you feel me, get into this this discussion. I just wanted to voice my opinion on this discussion, this GOAT debate in the NBA. Since Shaq had since Shaq had said the things that he said about Steph Curry. You feel me? I've been watching a lot of videos. I'm always on YouTube. You feel me? I like to look at other reviews, and I like basketball. You feel me? My favorite player right now is Kyrie Irving. My favorite player of all time growing up was Kobe Bryant. You feel me? So I'm always just like watching highlights, watching Kobe, watching this. And then I like TV shows like First Take and First Things First and Undisputed, and I watch some of their podcasts, whatever just kind of like pops up that interests me. I kind of watch it when it's dealing with basketball or even like football. More so like basketball. I feel like football don't really have the debates or whatever as much as like basketball does. So basketball debates and things like that, comparing other players and the superstardom, more like celebrity. It's more intriguing in the NBA than it is in the NFL, where you really don't have like the celebrity status and some of them players in the NFL. Hey, calm down. Besides like a Tom Brady or whatever, but he's pretty much like the only real like celebrity in the NFL, or like big like superstar outside of the league. But in basketball, you have those figures outside of the sport, such as a Michael Jordan or a Magic Johnson. Those I really wasn't born or around when they was playing or whatever, but like me growing up, we had Allen Iverson and Kobe and then LeBron and now Steph and KD. These are bigger than the sport figures, you feel me? So, you feel me? Just like watching these videos as the few years been going on. Hey, calm down. You feel me? I've been seeing like a lot of slight towards my favorite player, Kobe Bryant. You feel me? Like a lot of slight towards Kobe in the GOAT debate. And honestly, you feel me? Like all the slight towards Kobe, I feel like a lot of people don't really stand up for Kobe as far as like the media, and the ones that did, you don't really see them on TV like that. Like you used to see Steven Jackson, who used to always stand up for Kobe. Shaq used to be on First Take standing up for Kobe and stuff like that. Who else? It was a few other players that you really don't see standing up and debating Kobe's GOAT status, which in my opinion, and the reason why I like Kobe, it's an argument for him to be the GOAT. There is an argument for Kobe to be the GOAT. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and say this. I can't, like, it's hard, like, I still, even though I wasn't around watching MJ like play or whatever, I still have him up there because like growing up, even though I didn't watch it, basketball, when I thought of basketball, I just heard of Michael Jordan. Growing up watching like Mike and MJ, like that was just a name. Like he was like what you thought he was the NBA. Like you really didn't, like me growing up, like around that time, we really didn't know, like, you feel me, what basketball was or whatever, unless you was like really into it and you was playing it, which I wasn't. You feel me? I was more so in football. But when I thought like NBA when I was a kid, Michael Jordan was that person because like how he was talked about or how he was winning, I guess. But that's what I thought when I heard NBA. I just thought of Michael Jordan. And now as I got older, you hear the stories about him. You see the accolades, you see the winning, the championships, everything about him. You just have to put him up there, even if you didn't watch him. Just like I say, bro. Just hearing the NBA, I just thought about Michael Jordan. You feel me? Like, so as I got older and I'm watching Kobe, and that's what really got me into watching Kobe and AI was just hearing about Michael Jordan and basketball. I thought Michael Jordan created basketball. You feel me? So that's why I'll say I got Mike at my 1 or 2. You feel me? Just based off that alone. And his accolades or whatever, as you grow up, you learn more about it, you watch the highlights or whatever. So you can kind of put him up there. Kobe and LeBron finish out my top 3. I got Kobe ahead of Jordan just because he's my favorite. And I watched Kobe. I watched the lows, I watched the highs, which is another reason why I got him over LeBron, because I watched LeBron lows and I watched LeBron highs. I didn't grow up, LeBron wasn't the guy that like Jordan was, where you thought, oh, LeBron basketball, whatever. That's probably for the new generation. But like with me, like watching LeBron and watching Kobe, there's differences just right there alone. Like you see the lows from LeBron when he was like, you feel me, like losing or whatever, and you see him switching teams. And then you see the lows from Kobe when he lost Shaq and they was losing, even though he was still performing, the team wasn't doing so good. You feel me? You see the injuries and you still see the fighting back, coming back through the injuries, fighting through the lows when they was getting knocked out the first round or whatever. And he goes to 3 straight championships on the same team. He didn't, even though I think, yeah, he requested a trade. They didn't trade him. They just built around him. Made a few trades for him. He stayed on the team. He didn't go and join up with more superstars in order to get more championships than Shaq. That's why you kind of look at it like, all right, if Kobe would have done that, if Kobe would have left LA because they wasn't winning, and say he would have went to go join up with the Suns back then with Nash and Stoudemire and all that. Then you kind of look at Kobe like, all right, he do need that extra, you feel me? Like great players, like the top 75 players or whatever. After Shaq left, it feel like, all right, maybe he did need Shaq, but it's like, all right, they didn't do that. He stayed. They got Pau Gasol, Lamar Odom, or whatever. Even though, like, they wasn't top 75 players, they were still great players. They were still, well, good players or whatever. Pau Gasol, a great player, whatever. But they wasn't top 75 players. So Kobe was still that guy. Kobe was still, you feel me, the first option. He proved that he was that first option. And he proved in a sense that he didn't necessarily just, like, lean on the Shaq. You feel me? Like, everybody try to say, oh, it was Shaq, it was this, that, and the third. But, like, Kobe was there since day one. He didn't run off and join with Shaq, first of all. He was there since day one. And Shaq was there with him. So, it's kind of like the Golden State Warriors. When you talk about their championships, you don't talk about, when you talk about their championships, you don't say, all right, boom, let's take Clay off and see how they would look. No, because they was there since day one together. You feel me? It's the same with Kobe and Shaq. You can't say, oh, let's take off Shaq, because they didn't just join the team. Now, you can say that about KD. You can say, oh, let's take KD off the Warriors and see how they look, because KD joined the Warriors. You feel me? Clay, Steph, and Draymond, they was there since day one. So there, you don't really hear people say, oh, if you take Dre off or if you take Clay off, then how would Steph look? No, you don't hear people say that. You'll hear people say, oh, well, if KD didn't join the Warriors, then they would never had this, or they would never beat the Cavs, this, that, and the third. That's the same with Kobe and Shaq. You can't try to say, oh, let's take off Shaq and how would they look, or let's take off Kobe or whatever, because they were there since day one. Well, Shaq was traded to the Lakers, but around the same year or a year after, whatever, Kobe was there. So you feel me? They built that system with Kobe and Shaq, the same as they did with the Warriors with Clay, Dre, and Steph. They did. The Lakers was the same thing. Now with LeBron, it's different because he joined forces with other superstars, with Chris Bosh and Wade. Then he left. And even though Kyrie wasn't a superstar when he first came in there, he still was a number 1 overall draft pick. Even though he only played like 10 games. So he pretty much came out of high school. He only played like 17 games in college 1 year. And he still was a number 1 overall pick. You can see the skill. You can see everything in him. You feel me? Be like, okay, this guy's, he's him. And then you got Kevin Love, who came in. So they kind of formed another... Go sit down! So they kind of formed another like super team with Kevin Love. Back then, Kevin Love was like a more booted up or more suited Pau Gasol, with like he was passing and rebounding and he was scoring. So that was back in his days in Minnesota or whatever. So then, not only that, you bring in J.R. Smith, who was that dude back then on the Nuggets and on the Knicks. All right, so it's different when LeBron had lost to San Antonio in 2007 or whatever. They were like, oh, we knew he was young. Yeah. When AI was only 5 seasons. I think it was around. I think AI was in his 5th year when he played the Lakers in 2001. And I think LeBron was probably like in his 4th year. But AI was way smaller than LeBron. AI still got you 1 game. And that was the only game the Lakers lost in the playoffs. LeBron gets swept. He's 6'9", 260, 270, whatever. He gets swept. He can't even get you 1. He lose that final, and it's not like, all right, he tries to build himself. He works hard. He kind of like sinks, like he sinks, and then he gets like discouraged or whatever. It feels like he gets discouraged or whatever. And a couple years later, he's losing to the Magic. Same time he lost to the Magic, Kobe beat the Magic. Same team he lost to in the Boston Celtics, Kobe beat those Boston Celtics. Same team that LeBron lost to in the Celtics, Kobe took them away. Game 6 the first year. They was actually up big, and then Boston came back, and then they took over the series and won. Then LeBron couldn't beat the Boston Celtics. Kobe beat him again. Kobe beat him in Game 7 of the 2010 Finals, his last championship. So the teams that LeBron was losing to, Kobe beat him. He was losing to Dwight Howard and the Orlando Magic. Kobe beat him. He was losing to the Boston Celtics. Kobe beat him. So there's this thing, like, I know I'm kind of like all over the place a little bit. I'm just going off the top of my head or whatever. These are just things that I usually argue in the comments with, but it's just like it don't make, a lot of it don't make sense to me. And the GOAT debate, I feel like the media just kind of like found their guy in LeBron. The same thing they're doing Wemby. They found their guy and they're just pushing him in our face. He's the best. He's the best. Forget this. Forget that. Here's the stats. Here's this. Here's that. 25 years, whatever the case. That's just the media with LeBron, and it's kind of like you gotta look at it, and you just kind of like, they're really just shoving it down people's throat. LeBron is the greatest player. So it gives other people, the fans that actually don't watch basketball, they really listening to these people like Nick Wright or whatever with all these crazy ass stats, I don't pay attention to none of that dude's stats. Like some of these people with all these weird stats. Oh, he's the first to average 28, 6 and 3 in 20 minutes. Like bullshit like that. Like just crazy stats, bro. Like that's, and then you get the fans on social media saying the same thing. You're like, bro, okay, all right, you really don't watch the game. But anyways, they build this criteria. They build a criteria of the GOAT debate. What is the criteria? How is it only LeBron and MJ? What are the similarities in them to make that the GOAT criteria? What are the similarities? Because one's a winner. He's 6-0 with 6 MVPs. And I'm not saying LeBron's a loser, but when you look at his finals records, he's really considered a loser. What? He got 4 championships where he lost like 6 or 7 times, 7 times or something like that. He's 4-7 in the finals. One's considered a winner, undefeated, 6-0. And the other one has a losing record. I'm not gonna say a losing record in the finals. What is the criteria in the GOAT? What is the criteria in the GOAT debate? There's no similarities. LeBron played for 20 odd years. He's gonna have accolades, stats. Same thing with Karl Malone. But what is I want to know the criteria. Yeah, he got MVPs. But I think LeBron got 4, 3. I'm not sure. 4, something like that. Yeah. But what is the criteria? Do you really think if LeBron would have stayed in Cleveland, they wouldn't have drafted Kyrie to begin with? I don't think, unless they made the trade how they made for Kevin Love or whatever when they drafted. Well, they never got Kevin Love because they traded Andrew Wiggins, the number 1 overall pick, for Kevin Love. That's how valuable Kevin Love was. Worth the number 1 overall pick, which turned into Andrew Wiggins. So they wouldn't ever had that pick. They wouldn't ever drafted Kyrie because they got Kyrie with a number 1 pick as well because they were so bad. So what player was going to Cleveland to team up with LeBron around that time? What player? Melo was going to New York. We know Wade wasn't leaving. Who else was the top players then? T-Mac and Vince Carter and them. That was around the time, around like 2010 or so, 8 or whatever, when LeBron left or whatever. Around that time, that's when they wasn't like as big or like as crazy good as they was back in like 07, 06, 05 or whatever. So what other players was joining up with LeBron in Cleveland that would have helped him win the championship? I mean, he probably wouldn't have a crazy losing record because he would never went to the finals that many times when he joined Miami. He couldn't get to the finals because he couldn't beat the Boston Celtics. He couldn't beat Orlando. Chicago is coming up. He went to Miami to beat Chicago. Went to Miami, they almost lost to Indiana Pacers. Was he going to beat the Indiana Pacers in Cleveland? These are like, this some of the things they don't talk about. But they talk about how Kobe was with Shaq. Yeah, we get it, Shaq. I got Shaq in my probably top 5 or whatever. I got Shaq up there. Yeah, Shaq was that good, but we don't give Kobe enough credit after Shaq left as well, even though he was still great with Shaq. He was still great with Shaq on the defensive perimeter, and he was one of the best offensive players in the league. Shaq left, in 05-ish? 2-3 years later, Kobe's back in the finals 3 years straight. What is the GOAT criteria? He's 5-2 in the finals. Even without Shaq, he still has a winning record in the finals. He's 2-1 in the finals. LeBron, without a top 75 players, without a top 75 player on his team, is 0-1. He's 0-1 in the finals. With Wade, they won 2? They lost 2. And then with Kyrie, I know Kyrie left it last year, but when he went back to Cleveland, he was 1-3. And then the Lakers, he's 1-0, whatever. But AD is a top 75 player. They had Rondo, probably wasn't in his prime, but he was still decent in that bubble champion. Not bubble. What is it called? The bubble? Yeah, the bubble championship. And then you go to the Cleveland. They was really stacked, just like the Warriors team. The Warriors built their foundation. The Cavaliers bought that whole team. It was even. Even with KD, it was even. Steph, Kyrie, negate. LeBron, KD, negate. Dre, you had Dre, Clay. I don't want to go. I forgot who else was on that Warriors team. Dre, Clay, Andrew Bogut. You don't even know where he at right now. And then on Cleveland, you had Iman Shumpert. You had Richard Jefferson. You had Channing Frye. You had J.R. Smith. You had who else? I forgot who else was on that team. But they had a suited up squad. Kevin Love. They had an even match team compared to the Warriors. What? Kyrie and Steph Curry was literally on the same level those finals appearances. Negate those two. LeBron and KD LeBron was better. Clay or Kevin Love. Dre, J.R. Smith, Iman Shumpert, whatever. Both teams were still on the same level. They just try to say, the Warriors. If you take KD off the Warriors or whatever, the Cavaliers was easily the better team. So with KD up there, it was pretty much kind of matched to me. I don't know. That's just my opinion on that. I don't get. They just I don't know. When LeBron lose, it's like, he went up against them and he went up against them. Did Jordan ever face these teams? That same Warriors team almost lost to the Houston Rockets. James Harden, when they missed 16 threes in a row and still only lost by 3 points without CP3, they started point guard. That Warriors team was not really as people tried to make it seem like. They was great though, don't get me wrong. I ain't taking nothing away. I had them winning it every time they played, except I actually picked the Toronto Raptors before all that them injuries and stuff. I won $80 off that versus my boss at my old job, but whatever. Let's stay on topic. What you doing? Alright, go sit down there. So, what is the criteria? LeBron, he's a better passer. Kobe has he's a better passer. More assists, more rebounds. His field goal percentage, we can easily break that down right now. Kobe is the number 2 guard. He's a 2 guard. He's a 2 guard shooting guard. He's second on the list in assists. He wasn't a ball hog, so I don't see. And he's actually the only person ahead of him is Clyde Drexler by only 3 assists. 3 assists, that's it. So he's number 2 in assists as far as guards. He got more assists than James Harden. Got more assists than Allen Iverson. Got more assists than Michael Jordan. Who else? Any other true shooting guard, he has more assists than besides Clyde Drexler. And that's only by 3. Rebounds. All right, I get it to LeBron. He's more bouncy. I don't know. What I say athletic, because number 8 Kobe was really athletic as well. But LeBron was more bigger. He played the 3. Rebounds. All right, you get an edge to LeBron or whatever, but his size or whatever. And then field goal percentage. When you really look at it, what team was Kobe built around where he had shooters on his team? as whereas LeBron, who had shooters on his team. LeBron had shooters on every championship team he won. Even the years he lost, he had shooters on those teams. We can go down the list. What shooter? I'm not talking about, all right, he'll probably hit one big three. Because J.R. Smith hit multiple shots in those finals, in those games. Kyrie hit multiple shots. Kevin Love hit multiple shots. Chris Bosh hit multiple shots. Ray Allen hit multiple shots. Who else he had? Mike Miller hit multiple threes. Shooters. Shane Battier hit threes. Who else? I don't know if I really want to call Mario Chalmers and North Cole shooters, but whatever. Kobe, if you look at his shooters on his team, who were Derek Fisher? Was Pau Gasol a three-point shooter? Probably he'll hit a three here and there, but was he really a three-point shooter? Go sit down. Sasha Vujic. That was it, their three-point shooter. You name any three-point shooter that Kobe had that was better than any of those three-point shooters that LeBron had. So when it comes down to shooting and field goal percentage, Kobe was the shooter on their team, even though he wasn't really a shooter. I seen a game or a highlight or whatever when it was Kobe versus T-Mac. Kobe didn't take no threes. He's not a shooter. But he had to be the shooter. He had to take the tough shots with 5, 3, 4 people on him. He had to. Who else was gonna? He didn't have shooters on his team. He didn't have nobody like Kyrie. Go sit down. You could say he didn't have nobody like Kyrie where he could say, here, Kyrie, run the offense. Go give me a bucket. Name one player outside of the Shaq era that Kobe had the rest of his career that he could have said, here, go give me a bucket. Steve Nash was like a 40-year-old plastic surgery white woman around that time. Who was the player that Kobe could say, go give me a bucket? LeBron had Wade. Wade was really the closer for the Miami Heat those years. And then he had Kyrie. You give me one player that Kobe had that he could say, go give me a bucket. Who was the shooters on his team? He was the shooter, and he wasn't even a shooter. He had to take the tough shots. LeBron hit game-winning shots, but you wasn't expecting him to hit. A lot of people was bringing up when earlier on in those years he wasn't clutch or whatever. He really wasn't. He wasn't getting triple double team down the line like Kobe was. So he hit the easier shots. He can run through you and get an easy layup. Most of his points are layups and dunks. As the Kobe has way more points than LeBron outside of the paint. So what is the criteria to this GOAT debate, bro? You can't say like whatever because Jordan is a winner, bro. He's 6-0. He's a winner. Even if he was 5-1, he's a winner. 4-2, he's a winner. LeBron is 4-7. He has a losing record in the finals. What is the criteria? You're comparing winning to losing. But that's pretty much it, bro. And like I just feel like Kobe always gets slighted in those debates. There's not enough people to talk about his greatness and break it down. And like I was kind of all over the place a little bit. I'm just pretty much going off the head, and I was just watching his videos. So I'm kind of trying to remember what I was kind of arguing. I was arguing in the comments or whatever. But you feel me? I'm a Kobe defender, but I'm also true. I'm true to the game. Like I'm not saying that LeBron is like a horrible player or he's just like not great or whatever. I got LeBron probably 3. I got Kobe won because he was my favorite player. But if somebody was to argue MJ over Kobe, I can't break that down how I broke down LeBron James' career. I can't break down MJ career because I wasn't around. I don't know his highs and lows. You feel me? I didn't watch his games. I watched hella LeBron games, bro. I probably watched more LeBron games than I watched Kobe games because of his longevity or whatever. But I watched his game. I seen him get carried off by security because he had a cramp. I seen Kobe get up and hit 2 free throws when he tore his Achilles. I seen it. I seen these games, bro. I watched these games growing up. And I watched the highs and I watched the lows. And I don't know. I watched like who I respect more as well. I have way more respect for Kobe than I have LeBron. But like I say, bro, I watch the games and that's just how I feel. And then as far as the Steph Curry stuff, like Steph is great. He's the greatest shooter, whatever. But honestly, I feel like KD is the greatest shooter of all time. But whatever, you can argue. I like how Steph plays. I ain't gonna lie, I like it. But I feel like KD is the greatest shooter of all time. That's my opinion. Because KD is just efficient at everything. At all five levels, I'd rather him take a shot than most, by 98, 99% of the history of NBA basketball. I'll choose KD to take a shot. From the three, from the mid-range, free throw, layup, whatever. I'll take KD in a lot of those areas. So I feel like KD, Ray Allen, and Steph are the top 3 shooters of all time. But I choose KD. And then I got Steph. He just moved over Ray Allen. But with this Steph Curry stuff, I see a lot of people always praise Steph Curry. They praise Steph Curry when you really, like, you can break down his career as well. They don't slight Steph for playing with KD. They slight Kobe for playing with Shaq though. They praise Steph Curry's championships, but Kobe has to take a back seat on 3 of his because he played with Shaq. KD is not that far off from Shaq offensively. KD get hate though for playing with Steph, but Steph doesn't get any like hate for playing with KD, which is pretty confusing. Even though KD did join his team, but you could say that without KD, Warriors wasn't winning anything. So really, how great was? Well, that's my opinion. Sorry, let me take that back. My opinion, they wasn't winning. They wasn't beating those Cavaliers, bro. That's just my opinion. I don't think they was beating the Cavaliers. Honestly, I don't even think they was getting past Houston those years without KD. And who else? Actually, the Spurs, when Kawhi got injured, they was about to beat the Warriors. Oh my God. So, I mean, like I say, Kobe gets slighted a lot. Steph gets praised for playing with KD. LeBron get praised for being really having a losing record, winning wise. I'm not talking about regular season or one-on-one matchups. I'm not talking about all that crazy stuff because he has a better record over Kobe one-on-one in their team matchups. Kawhi has a way better one-on-one record over LeBron James. I don't think Kawhi is nowhere near LeBron James. But so I don't really go on one-on-one team games, Christmas game, whatever. I don't do all that. But and another thing, really honestly, how can you say LeBron is better even Steph Curry and KD when he has a losing record against both of those guys in the championship? But you feel me? A lot of people, like I say, the media push LeBron. Same thing they're gonna do with Wemby. If Wemby don't win, I mean, especially don't let Wemby start winning or even get into the final. He might be 0 for 3. Oh, he's top 3. He went to 3 championships. The way they push him is like that's the route that is gonna go. But same thing with LeBron. I feel like the media just literally shove him down our throat with the GOAT debate. But there's really no criteria that they're trying to make. They're just saying there's a criteria. Oh, there's only 2 who can fit in this criteria. LeBron and Jordan. How? Where's the similarities between LeBron and Jordan? He's a winner. He's 4-7. what is the similarities? What is the criteria? But you feel me? Like I say, bro, Kobe 1, MJ 2. If you want to argue that, that's fine. Whatever. I'm putting MJ ahead. As far as like my knowledge of his game, the ups and downs throughout his career, I don't really know too much about that. But there's no way that LeBron is better than Kobe Bryant. That's just, like I said, that's my top 3. And then I don't know who 4th between Steph and KD, but I got Shaq 5th. Oh shit. I got Shaq 5th or that's 4th? Alright, whatever. But yeah. But sorry about the long rant, bro. I just wanted to get this off my chest. You feel me? I'm open and debating about this, bro. Like, hope you guys like this video. Depending on the reach and the how the insights of this video, I might do more if that's what you feel me. If it brings it, if that's what it comes to, and the reach and the insights of this video is pretty big and demand. You feel me? I'll talk more basketball. I don't mind talking basketball. You feel me? I'm open and learning more. If I'm wrong, correct me. You feel me? I'm willing to debate whatever the case is. You feel me? But I'm a student of the game. You feel me? So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe to the video. You feel me? Am I talking crazy? Who knows? You feel me? But make sure you guys tune into the video if you're new to the channel. And as always, stay humble, stay safe, love yourself, love your family, and peace to all. Deuces.
Me what you think that nigga dead for, and I've been seeing dead.